Hi, this is Jay from Jay's Knit and Purl Jam, and I want to welcome you today to a new part of my YouTube channel. I'm going to set aside this part of my channel just for tutorials, and I think I'll call this particular section Simple Stitches, Beautiful Gifts. And the way I thought about this, I thought, I've got such good comments. And I noticed as I watched some of you and some of your videos, you know, we need to, some of you have gotten caught up into something that even I get caught up in sometimes. We buy the yarn, but it never leaves the bag. We buy the patterns, but we never get to them. We buy the magazines or books, but we never go back. And I can't tell you, look, I'm guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. So, in this section of Simple Stitches, Beautiful Gifts, it's all about opening up your bag and let's start to stitch. And so for my first tutorial in this series, I thought, well, why don't I do something that you've already seen, but quite simple. On my New Year's video, I was wearing this beautiful blue glittered scarf that I crocheted, and it is so soft and the weight is beautiful, and I love this. And so I thought to myself, I should just have you to reach into one of your bags and find a beautiful lightweight yarn and whatever needle they call for on the band or suggest, and let's do simple stitches and make a beautiful gift. What do you think of that? Okay, let's get started. Well, we're going to begin. And to demonstrate, I'm just going to use some light color yarn. And then we'll go to our blue color. Okay, and of course I'm going to use a larger needle. I'm just going to use this J with this regular worsted weight yarn, just to demonstrate. So I'm doing a chain. I'm not even going to count. On this project, it's just that simple that really you don't need to. Now that doesn't work for every, all projects. That's this simple one. Remember, simple stitches, beautiful gifts. Okay, so I'm just going to make a nice chain. Keep going. And I want to be at least 12 inches. Doesn't have to be exact or anything, just at least 12 inches. You can add a couple extra if you're not sure. Okay, now I'll remove my ruler. Now here's your pattern. Okay, most of you know how to count your stitches from the hook. I simply look at that little top strand of each stitch and I count that. And I want you to count over 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to count to the 5th chain from the hook. And we're going to do a double crochet. One, 2. Now I want you to simply chain 1 and give me 2 more double crochets in the same stitch, same chain there. Okay, now count over 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you skip those 3, and in the 4th chain you give me the same repeat. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1, give me 2 more in the same chain. And now we're just going to repeat. It's not about trying to wow you or fancy stitches. It can be fancy or simple, but if it never makes it out of the bag, nobody's ever going to see it. So 1, 2, 3. This will get at least out of the bag, and you'll see how pretty it looks with hardly any effort. 1 double crochet, chain 2 double crochets, chain 1, and I need 2 more to complete this repeat. Let's repeat again. Over, skip 3, 1, 2, 3. In the 4th chain, give me a double crochet, another double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet, and one more makes 4. And then the repeat. Skip 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th chain, repeat. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 more double crochets. Okay, so far I have of this, it makes this beautiful little shell grouping. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue on to the end of the row until you have at least 8 shells, and I'll see you back at 8 shells. Well, I have my 8, and we need to end, of course we need to end it. You say, well, I got a lot of chain left. Well, that doesn't matter. We can undo that when we're all done. So from the last double crochet on the hook, count over to the 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And in that 3rd chain, if you go 4, it makes the hole too large, the end hole. So I'm going over just to the number 3 chain and do a 1 double crochet. And that makes our little edge stitch to end it. Now, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now turn your work. And of course by now, I think most, if you've been crocheting a while, you know the back from the front. I call this the front because of the way the chain edge looks. And that when we turn, I'm on the back. And I suggest if you're not used to that, you might have to mark the front or the back just so that you'll always know where you are. Okay? So, you've already done the chain 3, you've already turned the work. Now just repeat. And you're going to repeat in this chain 1 space. See there? So double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 more. Told you, if you blink, you'll miss it. Moving to the next group. Here's my chain 1 space, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 more. And that is the simple repeat. Go to the next group. There's the chain 1 space. I will put 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 more. And I will continue to repeat this, and before you know it, you're going to have a nice, I call it stacking the shells. You're going to have a nice pattern that you can see right off the bat how it lines up, how all the shells line up. That's, you know, you got crocheters and knitters always trying to decide what's what. I like crocheting because it's easy and quickly you can see your mistakes. And you don't have to worry about anything. You can just pull it back. And like, you go, oh my goodness, I made a mistake. You just pull it back and pick up from where you left off. And that's why I like crocheting. So I don't know which one I learned first, knitting or crocheting. But anyway, I like them both. So you just continue the pattern. And you see, now, this was this little pattern in just regular worsted weight yarn with a size J needle. And even this would make them beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? See, I was just using this for practice, but I think I'll keep it. I won't unravel it. I might just keep going later on and make that into a beautiful scarf. So now we're going to switch to our blue yarn, which is much smaller and a smaller needle, and let's see how it looks. See if it stacks up to beautiful stitches. Simple stitches, beautiful gifts. Get it right, Jay. Okay, see you back. Now, before we get started on our blue scarf, I'll talk to you about some of the yarns that you could use on this project. This scarf is so pretty. I like it in the lighter or fine weight yarns. For example, here is a yarn I've had. It's old, but it's patent and it's brilliant. And it is a, let's see, on the back, it's a number 3, a lightweight yarn. And they suggest a hook size F. But that's a good yarn. Here is a bamboo from a yarn shop. And it's very, very nice. And it would make a lovely scarf. They really don't tell you on this one. But it seems like it would be a super fine weight. But that would be very nice. Very rich looking. One of my favorite, though, is something that you can get at any big box store. And it's the Red Heart Stardust. I have used this on several of these scarves. And they are absolutely beautiful when I wear them. Be sure, especially if you make them really, really long and put really long fringe at each end. It is so pretty. Wrap it around your neck a couple of times and let the fringe just fall. And it looks great. So this is one that you can just decide, you know, might give it a try. And they have it in lots of colors too. But the one we're using, that I'm using for the blue scarf, came from Michael's. And it's, I guess it's Payette, I don't know, but I believe that's the name of it. And they call for a number H hook, but sometimes I just use what hook that I like the best. And I'm using a G. But it's very pretty, and they had lots of beautiful shimmering colors. Several different colors. So if you're not a blue person, you can try it in another color. But I want you to get an idea of what yarns that you can kind of look at for this quick project. And for you people with socks, or if you know someone who does a lot of socks, maybe leftover sock yarn is great. Someone gave me this ball of sock yarn. Well, I don't really do socks. That's about one of the things I just never have interest in me doing socks. So I hate to just throw it out, and I thought, well, I'll do my favorite scarf. And when I first started, I thought, man, that's ugly. But once it gets going, and I think when I'm done and put the long fringe on it, I think it'll be beautiful. I don't know if it shows on camera, but it does have some sparkle to it. And you could have it with a pair of jeans. I wear sweat outfits, top and bottom sweat sets. And this will be real pretty, just wrapped around my neck. So I'm going to see how this turns out. She gave it to me, and so it didn't cost me anything, and I'm going to see how it turns out. If it looks good, I'll wear it. So we're going to get started on the blue. So let me get everything ready and we'll get started. Well, here's my blue, and as you can see, I've been working right along because, like I said, it's just a really nice quick little pattern. And I'm just doing the repeat, the same thing that I did with the demonstration yarn. It just makes it so much easier to show you what I was doing than trying to do it on this. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the chain 1 space below. So here we go, and as we get near the end, let me also suggest for this scarf, I suggest you'll probably need at least two skeins of it to make it really long. And I'm sure you'll have a little bit extra, but you might could think of something else to do with it, but I would get at least 2 skeins of it. You know, I can't remember what I paid for it at Michael's. I got it back in the summer, and just kept looking at it, and I thought, I need to do something with that beautiful yarn, and I'm so glad I did. Turned out really pretty. So as I get near the end here, I will just do my last group of shells in this sparkly blue, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets, and then of course go into your edge stitch on the edge, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, and turn, and continue on. But instead of turning, I'm going to go ahead, because now you just simply go ahead and continue to crochet the scarf. And I've started some of the fringe, and I was going to tell you a little bit how I do that. Fringe is very simple, and people have their own way, so it's nothing new. But to get this long fringe, something that, I'm telling you, everything is useful, isn't it? I use old VHS tape, old VHS I've had. And they make the great, you just take your yarn, wrap it long ways, always hold it down here. This is just how I do it. And wrap it and wrap it. Oops. Let me try that again. Wrap it. And you just keep going and keep going till as long as you want. And then of course you cut it. And then you have this long beautiful fringe. But anyway, just a VHS. Isn't that great? And you don't have to worry about destroying anything, see? It's just plastic. Okay. But for my regular fringe, I use that on the long blue scarf. But just to demonstrate, I just use a CD case for just regular fringe. I can go this direction, which is a little shorter, or I can turn it this way, and it's just a hint longer. And either one of these and see, when you cut it, you're not damaging anything. I just keep these old CD cases. And so I come up with fringe. Here's my fringe for my blue scarf. And I think I had decided on about 8 strands. So I just peel off 8 strands. I have to count them here. I think I've got a lot more than 8. Trying to line them up. 1, 2, 3. And then that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So I have 8 strands. Take that one out and get them in order. I pull them together, try to line them up. I lay them across my finger, just like this. Just lay it across my finger. I take a crochet hook, the same one, or you can get a larger one if you need it. And I find where I want to add the fringe, and there's a nice hole at the bottom here. You see I already have one group of fringe. Then I just stick my needle in the top of the fringe, bring it through the hole, open it up so I can get my fingers through there. Some people use a crochet hook. I grab with my fingers, pull it down, and slowly pull it so that the fringe looks really pretty, that it's caught. So let me try it again. So I need at least 8. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here's 8. Here's my next 8. See it? I just kind of line them up. You're going to trim all of this anyway, but you do try to line it up a little bit. And I just lay it across my index finger. I just lay it across my finger like this. I grab the crochet hook. I find the bottom and the spot, the point where I want to add right here. I'm adding it like at the end right here. See? So I just stick my crochet hook up in there, run it through the loops, bring the loops through that, and I open it up and reach my fingers in, and oops, I almost forgot one, and slowly pull it close, and you have this beautiful fringe at the bottom of your scarf. So, with that said, let's look again at the finished product. No more just old yarn laying over on the side in a bag. But now you have this beautiful glitter crochet scarf. And I'm telling you, you put this in a bag and give it to someone at work or wherever you need to, you know, a gift. When they look in that bag and see this, they're going to become your BF, your best friend. So, wear it, enjoy it. I hope you look pretty. And I hope you like this tutorial. Remember, simple stitches, beautiful gifts. By Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. See ya!